in the southern United States, the wild hogs have become an increasingly severe menace, causing heavy damage to crops and threatening the livelihoods of local people. To confront this growing danger, Jim's hunting team set out, armed with modern weapons, battle-hardened hunting dogs, and a specialized vehicle for the trip. With years of experience under their belts, Jim and his team saw this not merely as a hunt, but as a mission to protect the land from the vicious creatures that wreak havoc on it. Will this hunting expedition live up to their expectations? Follow their thrilling journey as they face down the wild hog menace. As the sun just began to rise, Jim's team quickly set up an ambush in a vast patch of tall grass. It didn't take long before their quarry appeared. Barely visible, its body almost entirely concealed by the thick vegetation. But with his skill and experience, nothing could throw Jim off. He raised his rifle, locked onto the target, and calmly squeezed the trigger. With just one shot, the bullet struck a fatal spot, and the beast collapsed instantly. Indeed, the title of sharpshooter in this land was well earned. The opening shot of the hunt had gone off flawlessly. Determined to venture deeper into the thick grass, Jim carefully scanned every nook and cranny, leaving no sign unchecked. Suddenly, a rustling sound echoed from very close by. His instincts told him the prey was right here. Jim tightened his grip on his rifle. In the blink of an eye, from the right flank, a massive dark shape shot out, wildly searching for an escape route. But how could it outrun Jim? Without hesitation, he fired. The sharp crack of a shot rang out. The beast staggered, then collapsed instantly. Now imagine yourself in that position. Would you be able to maintain the calm and composure that Jim showed? Not everyone has the skill and nerve to turn that unexpected moment into a lethal shot. Before Jim could even lower his rifle, another deafening shot rang out from the other side of the grass. It turned out that Jim's teammate had just locked onto another target. Without needing to get closer, he chose to take the shot from afar. Through the thick cover of leaves, his cold eyes never wavered, following every movement of the creature. When it made a mistake and exposed an opening, the decisive squeeze of the trigger rang out. The bullet was so precise, it left the beast no chance. It froze, then collapsed to the ground in an instant. Once again, the hunting team had successfully completed their mission of protecting the crops. Knowing that the forest would surely hold more signs of the beast, the team decided to veer deeper into the woods. After more than 15 minutes of moving through the dense underbrush, a nearby bush began to shake, gradually intensifying. Just as the wild boar burst out, attempting to flee, bang, a gunshot rang out. The barrel of Jim's rifle was still shrouded in smoke. The bullet flew with pinpoint precision, not veering even a fraction. The creature collapsed, motionless, a clear testament to the skill and mastery of the legendary hunter of this land. Suddenly, a signal came from the southwest. The team immediately rushed toward it. Amidst the thick canopy, a massive beast charged aggressively, crashing through the foliage and barreling forward. Jim raised his rifle, taking a decisive shot. Bang! The roar of the shot shattered the air. But the creature was no easy prey. It skillfully dodged the first bullet, slipping away. Unfazed, Jim quickly adjusted his stance and fired again. The bullet struck with deadly accuracy, finding its mark. The beast slid and collapsed, completely still. As you can see, the wild boars here are cunning and tenacious. Without the skill and experience of a seasoned hunter, who could possibly put an end to this menace? Just as the hunt seemed to be drawing to a close, as the team reached the edge of the forest, a shadow suddenly dashed across their path. The creature hurried, as if frantically searching for its lost comrades. But Jim didn't let the opportunity slip away. He swiftly ended the hunt with a single shot. Jim proved once again his precision and the skill of a true professional hunter, playing a crucial role in protecting the crops. The hunt came to a successful close with a bounty of spoils. This expedition of Jim's team not only showcased the skill and experience of seasoned hunters, but also played a vital role in addressing the wild boar problem in the region. All of this was done within the boundaries of the law, with full support from the local authorities, something for which our team is deeply grateful. But has this battle truly come to an end? Or is it merely a brief lull before the next eruption? Stay tuned for our next journey. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future hunts. A land that seemed peaceful, yet that peace has been shattered. The number one enemy of crops in the U.S. is the wild boar. They ravage the fields, causing unimaginable damage. It's time for me to hit the road. Today's hunt will take me into the swamps and deep into the dense forest to challenge these pests. Every bullet, every decision is a mind-bending battle with these dangerous creatures, all to restore peace to the fields. In the toughest terrains for a hunter, will these marauders be able to escape? Join me to witness today's intense hunts and find out the answer. The harshest, most unpredictable terrain. A vast swamp full of hidden dangers, yet I cannot give up. This hunt is not just a chase, it's a mission. My rifle glides smoothly, scanning every shadow of the trees, every patch of thick brush, cutting through the damp swamp, searching for signs of the enemy. Suddenly, a massive dark figure came into view. Well, this one is huge. A wild boar focused on foraging for food. Closing in on the target, I acted without hesitation. Fast, precise, and decisive. 3 sharp shots shattered the silence of the swamp. The enormous boar collapsed into the cold, muddy water, The threat to the crops had been completely neutralized. Not stopping there, I moved out of the swamp and climbed onto a high mound. Scanning the entire landscape below, the whole swamp came into view. Suddenly, the excited barks of the hunting dogs filled the air. And then a new challenger appeared. An opportunity that could be missed. I raised my rifle, aimed steadily. Bang! A single shot. The boar collapsed. Perfect! The dogs quickly surrounded the prey. A flawless coordination. No marauder could escape, right? But the swamp wasn't ready to give up yet. In the distance, a dark figure was drinking from the water. The prey was lost in its own enjoyment. Everything was eerily quiet, too peaceful. This was the moment. I needed a perfect shot. I aimed carefully, adjusted my stance. The rush of excitement never gets old. I squeezed the trigger. A bullet flew. The boar on the other side of the pond dropped instantly. It was over. Another marauder lay defeated in the swamp. Returning from the swamp, we packed everything up. The Jeep Gladiator roared to life, slowly making its way into the forest. The hunt continued, this time on a different battlefield. Inside the forest, we hid in the shelter, our rifles aimed at the prey. It stood there, unaware that death had already chosen it. Just a moment. That's all I needed. Bang! The sharp sound of the shot echoed through the woods. It fell. Simple and effective. What do you think of this shot? Leave your thoughts in the comments below.
He's toast.
This hunt is a challenge. A herd of wild boars is charging right in front of me, as fast as the wind. I have to make a decision in an instant before they disappear from sight. 1, 2, the whole herd. I have to lock onto my target. Bang! The first shot. My target drops. The herd is thrown into chaos. Perfect. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I keep pulling the trigger. One shot after another, each enemy falling. 1, 2, 3. They collapse in their frantic escape. A one-on-one battle doesn't always unfold. Sometimes you have to take down an entire army. One, the forest. Thick, trees interwoven everywhere. Countless hiding spots. A smart wild boar. It's using the forest to its advantage, trying to hide. It thinks it's safe. But these eyes have seen more than that. I see it. A narrow shot flies through the air. This shot is a gamble, but I trust my experience. The bullet slices through the wind, threading through the gaps. The boar collapses. Another move of pure skill. The sun began to set behind the forest. The campfire had been lit, and the scent of grilled meat filled the air. My hunting dogs lay beside me, panting after a long day of pursuit. We had succeeded in reducing the threat of the wild boars that wreak havoc on crops, an activity recognized and encouraged by U.S. law. The feeling of victory came from fulfilling our duty, protecting the lives and crops of the local community. A day of hunting full of drama, challenges, but also sweet rewards. The adventure isn't over, but today's journey has come to an end. Thank you for following our journey today. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and subscribe to the channel, because this battle is far from over. Few people truly understand what it feels like for us each time we step out onto the fields at the break of dawn. We're not here for thrills. We're here to protect the harvests of the local people. Seeing cornfields torn apart by wild hogs. It hurts. Every inch of this land is built on the sweat and hard work of farmers. That's why every time a shot rings out, we're not thinking about our personal passion. We're thinking about the peace and security of this entire region. Today, we face a serious challenge. Wild hogs weighing over 200 kilos, stubborn and dangerous. But no matter how tough it gets, we will face them head on, because behind us are the crops, the people, and their way of life. Join us now as the hunt begins. In the early morning hours, deep in the wild mountains of Turkey, the wild boar hunt officially began with the crack of the first gunshot echoing across the devastating fields. There it is, a massive, powerful boar charging head-on toward my position with full force. I quickly regained my aim, held my breath, and pulled the trigger. But no, the boar suddenly veered off in another direction. Still, it was too late. My second shot rang out sharp and decisive. The wild boar took the hit and crashed hard into the ground, falling with such weight that I could feel the impact from a distance. One clean takedown to kick off a long, challenging day ahead, fighting to protect the harvests from these destructive beasts. We pushed deeper into the area where the brush grew thick, the perfect hiding spot for these wild hogs. Suddenly, the heavy silhouette of a boar appeared through the cover. With a single pull of the trigger, the target was taken down cleanly and precisely. The hunting dogs were barking fiercely, closing in fast, while the boar now faced the consequences of the destruction it had caused to the local people. A clean, impressive takedown, don't you think? Let us know in the comments below. On this side, the prey unknowingly ran straight toward its fate before it even realized what was happening. My teammate John was already in position, locked onto a fast-approaching target. With lightning-fast reflexes, he took the shot, catching the wild hog off guard. Its momentum broke instantly, and after the second shot, the beast collapsed to the ground. And just like that, the hunt came to a successful end. The hunter had claimed control over the prey, and peace was restored to this land once again. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the day came to a close, night fell, but the hunt continued in the stillness of the darkened sky. Visibility became more challenging, but our hunters stayed sharp, using thermal scopes to clearly identify targets in the shadows. And then there was a massive wild boar, casually enjoying its evening meal, unaware that it had entered my danger zone. In a flash, the shot landed. The target was hit clean and brought down swiftly. A beautiful moment, fast, accurate, and absolutely flawless. The night hunt continued in another corner of the terrain. A herd of wild hogs swept past the lens, and then another clear target appeared, perfectly framed from a distance through the scope. Boom! A sharp, decisive shot rang out. It was so quick and clean that the hog didn't even have time to react before going down. That's the law of nature one follows, so that many others may thrive. What about you? Did you think that was a fast and precise takedown? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're always listening. It was well past midnight, with dawn slowly approaching. The final gunshot echoed through the stillness of the night. A wild boar collapsed motionless on the field, gradually fading into the early morning mist. The wild hog's unconditional surrender marked the end of our mission. Every target had fallen, and silence returned to the land. The hunters let out a quiet sigh of relief after a long day of relentless pursuit. What they brought back was more than just the trophies, it was peaceful people and the protection of the harvest. As the first light of morning broke through, it marked the beginning of a tense and focused hunt where every shot needed to be precise and decisive. An entire day unfolded deep within the wilderness, pushing the team's focus, skill, and endurance to the limit. When night finally fell, the last shot rang out, declaring the mission complete. Today's success wasn't just about skill or luck. It came from the flawless coordination and teamwork that held strong from dawn until dusk. The crops are safe, the people can rest easy. Stay with us as we continue this journey. More thrilling and emotional challenges lie ahead, waiting to be conquered. village lies quietly at the foot of the mountains, where endless grasslands stretch like a green silk carpet. For generations, peace reigned here, carried by the whispers of the wind and the fragrance of rice paddies. But peace never lasts forever. Wild boars, once thought to lurk only deep in the forests, have become a true nightmare for our people. They pour out in search of food, and in just a single night, entire fields are torn apart. The tranquility of our home now faces a grave threat. Enough is enough. Time to set out. It's our duty to begin the hunt for the sake of the villagers. Gu says hunting is as simple as pulling the trigger when prey appears. To me, every hunt is a battle of wits, where a single mistake can turn the hunter into the hunted. This is not just a game of bullets, it's a test of sharp instincts, patience, courage, skill, and above all, responsibility to protect the land we call home. Every step is a decision, every breath a calculation. And now, today's target has revealed itself. We were already high up in the mountains, chasing through treacherous and rocky terrain. Here, wild boars often hide behind cliffs and ridges, waiting for the right moment to strike. Then it happened. A massive, dark figure burst from a narrow path along the steep mountainside. As if lying in wait, the beast showed itself. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle and pulled the trigger. The boar stumbled, rolled several times, and collapsed. Lucky for us, it fell onto the path instead of tumbling into the abyss below, or else today's hard-won prize would have been lost forever. After a short break to catch our breath, we pressed on, following the tracks etched deep into damp soil and fallen leaves. At the ridge, I suddenly spotted a hefty boar charging across open ground, desperate to escape. Wasting no time, I aimed quickly and fired. The bullet tore into its flank, dropping it after a few staggering steps. At the same moment, my comrade Alex landed his shot on another target, and James, never one to be outdone, felled yet another beast with a clean hit. Victory was tilting swiftly in our favor. Standing atop a high, rocky outcrop, I scanned the vast wilderness below. Suddenly, a dark shadow streaked across the barren slope like a gust of wind. My scope locked onto it instantly. Heart steady, breath controlled. I tracked its wild dash and squeezed the trigger. The shot thundered through the air. A miss at first, damn it, but no time to falter. My fingers squeezed again. This time, the beast collapsed. Triumph, yes, but never arrogance. For behind every victory comes the weight of countless responsibilities. Wild boars are tough and relentless. To hunt them, a hunter must combine iron will with razor sharp skill. The next morning, our hunt led us into endless stretches of open fields, where wild boars often lurk, waiting to strike. Rifles checked, radios ready, hounds growling with anticipation. It was time. Out there, the prey was waiting, sensing something unusual. My dogs erupted in furious barking, their cries echoing across the wide plains. My finger tightened on the trigger. Then I saw it. A wild boar barreled forward like a storm, tearing across the grassland. Escape? Not today. I raised my rifle, sights locked in. No room for error. One thunderous crack. A perfect shot, precise down to the last centimeter. The boar collapsed, and a deep breath of relief escaped me. Another threat neutralized, another piece of safety secured for the villagers. In the middle of the vast grasslands, mine never left the scope. My heartbeat quickened, every second stretched tight, like a drawn bowstring. Then the chance came. A boar darted into view. No hesitation. One flawless shot. It dropped instantly, silence flooding the field. This was not just my victory. It was a warning. To any beast that dares threaten our land, there will be no second chance. Not far away, Alex was locked onto another boar tearing across the grass. I quickly repositioned, ready to cut them off. And then chaos. A whole herd burst from the thickets, charging like arrows loosed from a bow. Without delay, I fired. The first shot, also the only shot, struck true. One boar in the center of the herd tumbled, rolling hard before lying still. The rest seized the moment to scatter, vanishing deep into the forest. The hunt was over. Every hunt is not just man against beast. It's a reminder that peace must be earned through courage and responsibility. What we preserve is not the kill, but the protection of the place we call home. Though hunts like these happen across the world, the destruction of wild boars can never truly be stopped. That's why we remain steadfast, fighting for crops, for livelihoods, for peace. The sound of gunfire today was more than the echo of a hunt. It was reassurance, a promise to the people that their fears would be silenced. Our work is recognized and protected by U.S. authorities, carried out under strict regulations, with full support and insurance for safety. Thank you for walking beside us. See you in the next hunt.